So, class 9, let's continue with our poem. Yesterday, what we read, that in the very first extract, the poet is advising the parents not to let the children sit near the television set, or he said it's better at first place if we do not install this idiotic box. Clear it all. Why? Because it makes the children lazy. He say that and what the poet has watched in many of the houses he has visited, he saw that the children, they keep on sitting in front of they loll, slop and lounge about in front of the television. Clear. And they keep on staring the television until their eyes pop out. Clear. They keep on staring the television till their mind is filled with a ghastly junk that is being telecasted on the television. Fine. Now what he is saying, oh yes, we know it, keep them still. They don't climb out the windowsill. They never fight or kick or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. He said, oh yes, we know it, keep them still. Then he's addressing to parents here and he say, oh yes, we know it, keep them still. It, what is it? The television, watching television. So, yes, we know it, keep them still. Them means the children. We know that television keep the children still. If they are engaged in watching television, the parents get time to do their household work. They get time to cook their lunch. They get time to wash their dishes because the children keep the television keep the children occupied. They don't climb the windowsill. The children do not do any kind of nuisance. Clear? And they don't create any panic for their parents. Clear? They don't climb out the windowsill. They never fight with each other. They never kick each other. They never punch. Clear? They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think? To wonder what just exactly what this does to your beloved dog. Now he's telling the parent, okay, I agree that television keep them still. Clear? They don't fight. They don't climb on the windowsill. They don't kick and punch either. They give you enough. It gives you enough time to cook your lunch and wash your dishes. But did you ever stop to think? Have you ever stopped and have you ever thought that what this does to your beloved dog, that what is the impact of this television has on your children or your thoughts, on your wants? Have you ever thought what this television is doing to your children? Fine. Now, children, here the poet has used the capital letter. And why he has used the capital letter? To draw attention towards the negative impact of the television on the mind of the children. It rot the senses in the head. It kills imagination dead. Clear. So what the television has done? It rot the senses in the head. It kills imagination dead. Clear. It rot their senses. Watching the program continuously for a long time, it numbs their brain power. Clear. And they lose their power of imagination completely. Got it? The children become passive. It clogs and clutters up the mind. It makes a child so dull and blind. He can no longer understand the fantasy of fairyland. It clogs and clutters up the mind. The children, they keep on watching the program for a longer period of time. It numbs their brain. They lose their imagination power, and this passivity, it blocks their thinking. It clogs their mind. It clogs and clutter up their mind. Clear? It makes a child so dull and blind. The child who spend a lot of time in front of television, he becomes dullard. He can no longer understand a fantasy, a fairyland. He cannot differentiate between the real life and the real life. A fantasy land, a fairy land, they become real for him. Clear? His brain becomes as soft as cheese. His powers of thinking rust and freeze. He cannot think, he only sees. Now, If the child keep on watching television for a longer period, his brain become as soft as cheese. It absorbs everything that comes to it. Clear? His power of thinking rust and freeze. Now what happened? His independent power of thinking. Clear? It gathers rust. It become rusted and it stops functioning altogether. He cannot think independently. He just think whatever is being telecasted on the television. Clear? He cannot think. He only sees. Now what happened? His brain has been attuned to the visual display by the screen formed by other. He cannot think anything. Clear? His brain stopped working on his own. Right, so these are some negative impacts of watching television. The children, if they keep on watching television for a longer period of time, they become couch potatoes, they become very lazy. Clear? Their mind stops working, their mind become as soft as cheese, they absorb everything that is being telecasted on the television. They cannot differentiate between the real life and the real life. For them, the fantasy, the fairyland has become real. Clear? Their thinking power was become rusted. Okay. All all right, you will cry. All right, you will say. But if we take the set away, what shall we do to entertain our darling children? Please explain. Now, the poet, he said, the parents will say, after listening all this thing, the parent will say, all right, you will cry. All right, you will say, who you are here, parent. The parents will say, all right. All right. But if we take the set away, now this is the question imposed by the parents to the author. The parents will ask this question to the poet: if we take the sets away, if we remove the television sets away, what shall we do to entertain our darling children? So please tell. If we take, the parents will ask the poet, okay, tell us, if we take the television sets away, what will we do to entertain our darling children? How will we keep them busy? Clear? Fine. So children, you revise it till here. The rest we will do tomorrow. Thank you.